Hi everyone, welcome to the first episode, and today I'm going to be doing kind of a ground zero speed test. Tomorrow I've got a lesson with Lee, which I'll put in this episode too. What I'm really looking for is to try and add some natural speed and natural power without kind of affecting too much of my playing swing. I think it's really easy to kind of get sucked in to try and hit it too hard and too fast, and you lose that control. So obviously I need that kind of fine balance between a playing swing and introducing more power and speed. So hopefully Lee can help me there. So anyway, let me just get going. I'll just get everything set up. I'll put it on like a little time lapse, I think, and we'll get going. Okay everyone, so just before I get going with the test, I just want to say a massive thank you for everyone's kind comments on the video on Tuesday about me actually doing this. So it's been amazing to kind of read each one. Hopefully I've kind of replied to each one to say thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And doing this obviously is a mixture of apprehension and kind of opening that drawer again to playing. It's obviously going to bring its kind of, I suppose, its old kind of feelings back again, but I'm really kind of, I feel like I'm in a new place here. So yeah, really exciting, and it's lovely to have you along with me. So it's really going to help, that's for sure. Okay, so in tomorrow's lesson with Lee, I'm pretty sure he's going to have some sort of ball tracking with him, I would imagine. My reference, I've got a flight scope, as you can see here, flight scope XI Tour, I bought in 2016, pretty accurate. So anyway, so let's get going. So 5 shots with a wedge, and I'll take the average. Just going to hit it normal. Not trying to hit it any harder or softer than normal. Okay, so that's the wedge done. I think I'll move on to a 7-iron, 4-iron, 2-iron driver, something like that. Anyway, let's get on to the 7-iron first. So just for reference, I'm using my playing ball here. It's a Pro V1, a 2023 ball. Oh, I hit that right out the middle. Because remember, like I said in previous videos about kind of speed, it needs to be natural speed. It doesn't want to be standing there and doing a Happy Gilmore. It needs to be natural speed. You don't want to stand there and start flashing it, because you will lose control. Okay, so 7-iron, let's move on to a 4. I haven't really hit the 4-iron much. Anyway, so around about 200 yards I used to hit this. Ooh. I don't know why I did that. I went after that a little bit. I really want to try and push myself, because I think since Dad died, you really can't start thinking a lot. And Dad wasn't that much older than me, 25 years older than me, and that's not a long time really. I look at 25 years ago, 1999, and you think, wow, that does not seem a long time ago. So it kind of gets you thinking a little bit, doesn't it? So that's kind of how everything started. Okay, so 2 more. Oh, that wasn't very nice, that was a bit thin. Okay, so that's the 4-iron now. I'm onto this kind of 2-iron, but it's kind of a muscle club. 5 with this, let's see what happens. Really good, like kind of fairway finder. So what you're really looking for, you're looking for kind of 10 to 12 yards between each club if you can. And if you hit a lot of balls off a mat, so if you go to a driving range or if you've got a net at your golf club, always every now and again, once a year, just have your kind of your lofts and lies checked, especially the lofts, because it can change. Just get that checked, it's always good. So yeah, about 10 to 12 yards between each club. It's all relative really to how well you're hitting it. It only takes to be half an inch off centre, and it's going to have a massive effect. But just try and have a kind of a baseline to go on. Okay, last one. Okay, let's move on to the driver. Okay, so this is really going to be the one that I'm kind of more intrigued over long term. See, this is the most important one to kind of gain some natural distance and natural speed. Irons, not so much. A little bit at the bottom. Okay, 260 pretty much, just shy of it. Wow. I think when I was playing I was carrying at 285. Oh, that's better. Not so much in distance though, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, number 4. Come on, out the middle. A bit toey. Well, I've got some work to do. Be nice in the comments. Wow, I have some work to do. My God, I can't even carry it 250. Okay, let's do some practice swings. Oh, wow. Okay, come on, rotate. Bit of shallowness and rotate at the same time. Okay, so that's the test done. Well, that just shows you, especially with the driver, just shows you I need some work, that's for sure. May look into getting a new driver. I've got a TS3 here, which is probably a good 5 years old actually. So I may look into getting that changed. Have a look at that, but everything's finances, so let's see how we go and just carry on with this for a while and see with those results. I need a little bit of help, especially with the driver. Right, okay, so the next thing you'll probably see is me kind of getting over to the Shire, seeing Lee for a lesson. Time. So I'm just about to leave my friends at Winable. As you can see on the map there, we've got 2.5 hours. You'll be able to see where the Shire is, northwest London. I think Spe designed the Shire actually in the 90s. Yeah, got everything with me, packed the back there. Weird to kind of take my clubs out for the first time with me. Haven't done that in a while. The test I did yesterday was kind of a bit of an eye-opener for me. Like kind of getting 250 carry. Wow. So just shows you I need a bit of help. Anyway, so let's get going. 2.5 hours around the M25, so wish me luck. And yeah, so let's get going and hopefully I won't get stuck in traffic. But I've got kind of 3.5 hours to get there anyway, so I like to get there early and let's get going. Okay everyone, hopefully that's not too close and scaring you all. So it's the day after the lesson with Lee. It was a fantastic lesson, learned a lot, but I noticed when I played it back there was no sound. Anyway, so what I'll do a little evaluation piece here, and on the side of the screen I'll play a few little kind of snippets from the lesson as well. So what we did, he got me to just hit a 7-iron and then a driver, and then we sat down and talked about the swing. And what I really liked was what Lee was saying in terms of he didn't really want to change my swing. He loved the transition, loved where I dropped the club in the slot, and then it got a little bit lazy. As you can see here, I'll circle it. What I mean by lazy is I don't really kind of pivot as I want to, and I've noticed that, and that's kind of what I do when I get a little bit lazy and don't practice. So you can see the club kind of passes me a bit too quickly. But what I really liked was Lee's sensitivity behind it in terms of didn't really want to change my swing. So he wanted to introduce speed, but as well as not changing my swing as well. So he gave me a couple of drills to do. Got me to hit this kind of resistance head cover thing. You'll see now what I'm doing there. So it's basically, I don't know what it is in the human brain, but if it's got something to hit, it goes after it a little bit more. So what he's testing me there is what is my max. So he thinks I can get to 120 miles an hour doing that. So I was getting about 115, 118, I think was my max doing that. So that's one drill I've got to do, is kind of free wheel actually hitting into a tee, just a tee, no ball, and then get some sort of head cover and whack that as hard as I can. So there's some sort of resistance work there. And then as you can see there, we got, as this video shows, we got some sort of kind of resistance club with like a scarf coming out the back. So you stop at, I think he said P5, which is halfway down, left arm parallel to the ground, and really working on that resistance. And you can see here what he's trying to get me to do. When he put the video side by side, and I'll show you side by side, oh wow, look at the difference in terms of how the kind of the pivot, how the body pivots, how the belly button's kind of rising and the shoulders are working. And you can really see, can't you, how much the shoulder pivot there and how much better it is. So he said that's where your distance is going to lie, not so much in transition. He said obviously doing this kind of full out work makes the backswing longer, but still drops it in. Obviously he said when you come to hit a shot and you dial it right in, he's going to be looking in probably 3 to 4 months of me being 114, 113 miles an hour, 115, something like that, round about that. Obviously depending how much work I do, but he said someone who's tall as I am, I'm 6'4" pretty much, long levers, I should be able to create 115 miles an hour just by normal speed. And then we were kind of hitting max out shots at the end, and they were getting to like 115, I think, 116, I think I got to one. but obviously that's not going to be my full swing. He said your normal swing will probably get up to about 110 now, which is good. It's 5 miles an hour increase, amazing. So he said just by your levers you should be able to do that naturally. So what I liked about it is it's speed drills, so it's nothing else. I'm not standing there kind of on the golf course tiptoes, and then you just transfer that over to full shots. Yeah, so I think I might do a few exercises today. So the good news of my flight scope, it just picks practice swing speeds up as well, and that's what he wants. So I haven't got the head cover to hit yet, but what I'm going to do 25 swings just into a tee. So he said he wants me up at 115 as much as I can. That's going to be pretty sweaty because it's quite hot today. And then I've made a kind of pool noodle, wrapped it round, put a tea towel on the end. I'm going to see how that goes just for the resistance exercise. I'm not going to hit anything full out. I'm not going to hit any shots today. I might wait to get to the Chesterfield range and hit some full out there, but I'll just see how I go. And the good news is he did say there was a quick golf swing in there somewhere, but he said there's life in the old dog yet. So I really appreciate his time. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was my first lesson in nearly 12 years. And it was something really different, which is good because I'm quite happy with my technique, as I might have said previous. And so I'm just looking to just layer something. Thanks for everyone's messages and concerns about just watch it, and I'm aware of it too. No question about it. I'm not going to hurting myself here. Yeah, so I'm going back in a month's time and yeah, see where I go from there. Yeah, so a bit of work to do. Obviously going to be very aware of body. I'm not going to go too mad too quickly, but I'm going to do these 25 shots with each drill and then go and have a lie down, I think. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, this is going to be sweaty work. So the flight scope's got a swing speed checker, just a club head speed without a ball, which is great. I'm going to go max out. Okay. Really going to feel like it's definitely using the ground a little bit more. Sorry about the heavy breathing. Coil through. At least I've got the 3 stick to get my feet moving a little bit quicker on the way back. Try and stay as balanced as possible. Freewheeling is not easy. There's nothing down there. Nice and balanced. Lee didn't really mention about balance, but don't really want to be corkscrewing myself into the floor. Really hot. Let's see if I can get to 115. Oh, if you've done any of this before, you know how difficult it is just to kind of get a few miles an hour extra. Yes, 115, beautiful. It's kind of against my nature to lose the control. But obviously this is just a freewheeler. Very aware of muscles and what's going on. Oh, it's a longer backswing, that's for certain. Oh, that felt slow. Oh, 112, wow, it's amazing. Oh, sorry about the breathing, but that's amazing. That's what Lee said yesterday. There's a couple I hit yesterday. And I said, oh, that felt slow, and it was 115. Wowzers, that was hard work. So what I've got to do now is just kind of get the resistance club all taped up and make sure it's secure and give it a go, see what happens. Okay, I need to lie down. Whew, that was hard. Okay, so speed training number 2. I've got an old club. I put a pool noodle inside, kind of cut the noodle and kind of wedged it in there. Like gorilla taped it up. And I've put like a tea towel on the end. I'm tempted to put another one in there because it didn't feel quite as resistant as Lee's one, but I'm going to keep it lighter rather than heavier to start with. What he's getting me to do is kind of, you don't even need to make a backswing, and it's not registered, this one, so we're not doing a club head speed, but from P5, which is left arm horizontal-ish, is all you're doing is now creating the speed. Oh yeah, no, what he said was moving your feet as well, just to really kind of brilliant. Oh, Trev, you don't like that. Trev's protecting me from the tea towel of terror. Right, okay, and then fire. Trev, don't be a donut. Honestly, thank you for protecting me, but I don't need it from the tea tower of terror. Hey, no, shh, quiet. Oh, wow. Well, okay, so I didn't turn the front camera on in all my excitement. And it's slowly becoming my favourite, actually. I really like the resistance feeling. Anyway, so old club, noodle, bit of tape, tea towel, and beautiful. Right, okay, so getting the feet moved just to kind of liven myself up and really pull. Good boy. Wow, that's hot work. Wiggle your feet like a seagull, bit of momentum. Oh yeah, that was a nice one. Really pull it through. Bang. Okay, let's go for it. Nice. Sorry about the heavy breathing. What I might do, I've just set up the swing speed again, just straight after the resistance. I might see what it comes out as. Let's give it a go. Give it another go. Oh my God, there's nothing there. Oh, wow, so that was amazing. I literally felt like I had a toothpick in my hand. Backswing felt similar, but as soon as I started creating the downswing like force, oh my word, it just felt like I was swinging nothing. That is incredible. And obviously not bad club head speed for 50 swings in, I think. So yeah, and Lee said it was always going to be less doing the free wheel kind of swings without anything down there anyway. So yeah, enjoyed that. Speed obviously isn't everything, need a bit of control. So I might go and do some kind of drill work on the range at Chesterfield and show you my kind of drill series I do. Yeah, on to the next thing. Right, on my way to the practice area at Chesterfield here, like the title said, my first practice session back. I'm going to be doing a drill called the 40, which I've kind of done for the last 10 years actually. 40 balls, 4 different drills, so 10 balls with each. So I've got it all set up down there, and I'll show you a few different camera angles. It's helped me a lot because it's kind of, well, I'll show you and I'll kind of talk about it while I do it. So it's a bit hot and humid out here. And it's different with what you saw, the speed training. This is kind of getting my swing back to neutral. So it's like working on a few different areas. So, but while I do it, I'll talk you through it. Okay, so like I said, this is the drill that I've been doing for the last 10 years really, and it's kind of solved a lot of things in my swing and my problems. So when I played my bad ones, I got a little bit deep here, a little bit slidey, and then it kind of got a little bit steep and inside, and then I kind of tried to save it, but it was like open club face, so I had to wrap it. Made it up really myself, kind of when I went through that swing change like I told you. So the first 10 balls, and then I'm going to mix and match. So first 10 balls are this, so up to the top, stop halfway down, there's a little power squat, make sure the plane is quite shallow, little momentum pump, and then through. No more than that. Little power squat, that gives it a little bit of shallowness. Drops my arms in the slot, turn through, ball. Everything kick in, as you can see. It's not a distance or a kind of a shot related exercise. And the release for me is a release, the pivot of the body, getting my hands back, and then a really pivoting of the body, as you can see through from the front view. Probably not as much as the speed training exercise. It's a bit more controlled than that. But it's on the same lines, isn't it? It's like really pivoting the shoulders and the torso. Okay, I might send the hands out a little bit more, really shallow it in. So I'm going to really have to kind of get my hands back into the ball. From here, it's a torso twist, and I'm holding that angle. I'm not letting it flick yet, not releasing it. For me, it's more of a body release needed from that shallow position. So I'm pressurizing the ground in, really getting the hands back in. Really holding that angle, really kind of pacifying that club face. Okay, so second part of it, so the second 10 is we're not going to stop here, but we are still going to stop short. So we're going to try and blend this up now. So I'm going to feel like there's a power squat, a little bit of shallowness, and obviously blend that up with a bit of pivot. So I'm taking a little bit of pace off just to give me kind of a bit of awareness in that transition, because that's where I'm putting my main focus in. Doesn't matter about result, you can see I've fatted that. I'm giving myself the awareness while I'm in motion. Looks pretty straightforward, but it's tricky. You saw that previous video about I became a beginner again. It took me a few nights to get this right. This kind of squatting separation really levels my pelvis out and levels everything for me to kind of pivot then. separating, pressurizing, that allows it to squat, that allows it to shallow. Those twos were better at the end. Okay, so set number 3. This is the sort of thing that the professionals do behind the scenes. You never see them unless they're having a complete swing change and they're having a complete nightmare. You won't see them at a pro tournament doing this type of thing. They've already done it at home. Okay, so the third one is we're going to stop halfway down, so we're going to really focus on the shallowness, bang, so I can exaggerate that one a bit, and then we're going to pivot and hold it all the way through. Full rotation of the follow through and the finish. So you're going to really gauge what my finish is going to feel like. Really pivot on the way through. Bang. And then in. Nice and light with the fingers. Good twist back. Squat and shallow. Release back. I'm training my hands, training the club to get back to the ball from a shallow, I would say outside plane with my left hand, left arm. It's too much. Kind of neutral's about here, so I'm exaggerating it, and this is what this drill is all about for me, because left to my own devices I may get a little bit kind of deep and inside, like I said at the start, a bit left-sided to start with, and I'm stuck. Squat shallow, release, nice and gently bent. You're just working the internals, working the transition. There we go, that felt a nice one. Not rushing that transition, I'm kind of still got pressure into that right leg, letting the left respond, bringing my hands and club back into the ball, tight connection. Connection meaning it's not connected yet, and then here I'm bringing it tight in, everything's tight, right elbows in, top of my left arm's in, and I'm just then holding that as much as I can on the way through with my pivot. So if you hear sneezing, it's Treb. He's having a right old kind of sneezing fit here in the long grass. Okay, good one, back in. Okay, so that's 30. It's a great one to kind of break your swing down. I always find it really beneficial for me. It's my go-to drill really. It's great into a net because it's not a result based. I'm really kind of focusing in on, I can work on my backswing, I can work on my downswing and hold it, and I can work on my follow through and hold it. So it's a mix and match of both. It's great to blend, and this is what we're going to do for the final one. So yeah, so I'm going to kind of, the last 10 is to blend it all together. I always like to break it down with speeds. If you ever see any of my videos, I always go on, don't I, about speeds. The first 2 I'm going to take it really slow. I'm going to obviously not going to stop for this one. I'm going to keep it flowed nice and light, but we're just going to swing it like a 3 or 4 speed. So really try and blend all those feelings together. Gives me a bit of awareness time. Okay, now 3 or 4 speed in my head. Okay, sped that one up a little bit. It's probably like a 5 or 6 speed. Okay, the ball went slightly right, very straight, but it started probably, I don't know, 5 yards right maybe. So a bit inside, probably didn't pivot enough. Because remember, pivot, if you've got the right plane, which I think I have, if I trust it, pivot pulls it back online. So I was probably a bit slow with the pivot there, so I'm going to put more focus on my pivot. Remember, ball's best teacher in the world. But it started online and held. Okay, a few rehearsals. Really power it. Really power it. If I don't practice, which I obviously haven't for a while, the first thing that goes in my head, and this is obviously from experience and everyone's different, first thing that goes with me, I get lazy. I get lazy with the pivot. Pivot to me is the torso, everything twisting and up. I can definitely feel the rustiness in me, that's for sure. Let's speed this one up a bit. That's better. Break the speed down, this is probably going to go back to a 3. Okay, now I'm going to really work on transition. Really going to get this kind of feeling like that's going to happen. It won't, it'll take milliseconds to do. It's the best one so far. To me, that kind of, not so much shallowness, because I'm not just doing this. I'm putting pressure on the shaft by squatting. So I'm not just kind of pulling down, never works. I'm really kind of, it's like all the blend that is in that recipe. Okay, so that's the 40. And you can obviously put more balls there. I always like 10 because I like to mix and match it. Or you can hit one of each. You don't have to hit 10 in a row the same. So today's work is kind of a little bit of the drill work, and we might do some pitching work too, which I haven't hit a lot of pitches, wedges off grass for a long time. Yeah, I might just do another 40 actually. Oh, the weather's so nice, it's a lovely evening. Sun's gone away behind a cloud, but it's beautiful. Right, okay. Hi, hope everyone's well, and how are you all doing? And I just thought for this segment of the episode, I just thought I'd do a little piece to camera about one of the challenges I've been facing over the last few years, most of my career really. Yeah, like I said in the original video, I would say the majority of it would be kind of severe, massive performance anxiety, to the point where I kind of had to stop a few times, some being quite a long time as well, to the point where I kind of had to stop about 10 years ago. Now, early on in my career, I just thought it was kind of just nerves, which is not really great for a professional golfer, and I was just in general anyway in life. And I would say over a period of time, that kind of spilled out into my personal life as well. It kind of becomes part of your personality. I know everyone puts on a bit of a brave face, and you have to, I suppose, but you feel like you're just wearing a mask all the time and stepping out onto, say, high pressure, because it's not a life or death thing as it's golf, but when you're kind of playing in front of a few thousand people or whoever, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of, I don't know why, it felt like the score was you, and if you had a bad score, you were a bad person. That's kind of how it kind of manifested over a period of time, and it became debilitating sometimes. And especially if you've seen some of the videos past about, I didn't really have a lot of confidence in my golf game anyway, in my technique, so I was searching and digging and trying to find it, and just with that severe stress going on in the background as well. So, I look back and it's not good, and so making the decision to come back and play, I'm not going to lie, has kind of unearthed some of those little feelings again. So started to feel a little bit wobbled over the last few days. I've really enjoyed the kind of getting the clubs back out and getting practicing and kind of getting the juices flowing a little bit that way. But when I actually think about the reason why I'm doing it, it absolutely freaks me out, I'm not going to lie. So I don't know really where to go at the moment. It's only been a few days, so I'm not going to kind of freak myself out too much. I think it's just kind of opening that drawer again to playing when I had it firmly shut, I would suppose, in my head. Yeah, it's difficult. It's unearthed a few of those feelings again, and being able to it kind of brings it all back a little bit. I know how far I've come in my life, and I know how far I've kind of broken through over the last few years out of it. But again, it kind of feels like it's unearthing a little bit again. So I don't know. So right now, I'm going to be honest, and I told you it was going to be warts and all. I don't know where it's going to go. I cannot think about the end goal. I cannot think about playing. It's too much pressure, because my personality is to do that, is to want to know where I'm going, what tour to play on, what qualifying to go on, what tournament to play in kind of short term to get my... It's weird. It's really hard to explain, because it's easy to kind of think, just get on with it, and it's deeper than that, and I don't like it. And it kind of, that's what I mean about your personal life. It kind of affects you in terms of a person, and I don't want this affecting me as a person. So I'm just going to carry on. I just wanted to be honest with you, everyone. Just, it may look great me practicing and what a beautiful swing, but I want to be honest to everyone, and if I can help anyone out there too. So yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's early days, I know, and it's kind of definitely wobbled me, but I'm going to carry on, because I know I don't have to go and do that final leap. Just wanted to kind of communicate that with everyone. Okay, everyone. Okay, speed test number 2. This is the Saturday, so the last one I did was Thursday. My lovely mother-in-law's garden. Got Trev here, got the flight scope up. So the only difference this one being is I'm going to do the resistance drill first with the tea towel, and I'll put an extra tea towel on the end, so it's much longer, so probably a bit more drag. And then I'm going to do the free swinging after that. I'm not going to show you it all, you know what it's going to be done, so I'm not going to be talking, I'll just show you a few bits and a few speeds. Okay, so let's get to it. Much harder, that's for sure. Last one. Come on, drive it through. Wow. Just have free swinging now. So what I've noticed is this thing, my flight scope is really sensitive where you stand. Nope. You can definitely feel when I don't do it right. Let's go a bit closer and a bit more this way. Oh, 113. Definitely feel like I'm in balance more when I'm really winding it. It's hot. Really humid today, for the UK anyway. Overseas viewers may be laughing at us at 27 degrees or whatever it is. $113 to beat, come on. Yes. Yes. 14.5, come on. Okay, last one. 114.5 to beat. Oh, last one, I'll take it. That one. Right, okay. Who'd have thought just swinging fast was so tiring? Fast twitch muscles have been activated. So this is the Saturday. Got a few more of the behind the scenes footage to put on, but I need a bit of time to edit it before the Wednesday anyway. So, okay, so second test done. Very sweaty. Okay, welcome along to the second practice session. I'm going to just do drills again. I'm tempted to go full shots, but I'm just going to kind of really get this kind of drills into my swing early doors. I'm just going to do drill number 3, as you saw from last time. Just to kind of, I think that's the best one for me. It's my best all round. It kind of really sorts that shallowness and then kind of the release into impact. So I'm not going to show you the full session, just a few shots, probably some overhead shots too. So yeah, all set up and ready to go. I just forgot to say, actually, I'm trying this new app on the phone, Smooth Swing. So I'm going to try it. It works with white balls only, and I've only got yellow balls, but I've got a few in my golf bag to try. If it works out, I'll put it on the description. And $9.99 the pro version. A bit wary of apps, but I quite like the idea of being able to see the ball if I'm showing you either practice or on the course stuff. So I'm going to give it a good go. Hopefully it's not $9.99 wasted. And yeah, I might hit some full shots and try that out as well. So might be a little product review at the same time. Absolutely fantastic. So it'd be beautiful on the golf course. Hit full shot. I haven't got my full mic on. I haven't got the external mic on, so hopefully you can hear me okay. While I'm here, I might as well do a driver. Okay, this is the first driver. First driver I think I've hit outside since March, I think. And see if the app actually works on a driver. Okay, it felt a little toey and it went slightly left. We got a right off the right wind here. Let's see if it picks it up. Okay, as you saw, absolutely spot on. But I'm really going to try and go for a fade here. Better, hit a little high fade. I think without the wind it probably would have gone a little bit more to the right. Tell you what, it's going a long way. See how we go with the 4-iron. Okay, the feedback visually, it went dead straight, slightly right. 4-iron again. Okay, Okay, feedback, dead straights. Wow, I am super impressed. That picked every shot up and it was pretty accurate, I'd say. Even the one that kind of drifted a little bit right, that's really impressive actually. So I'm just going to carry on for a bit more. So it wasn't planned, I just looked up on YouTube actually, golf tracking app, and someone did a review and I thought, that looks quite good. So like anything, isn't it? You take the plunge, you don't really know what you're going to get, but I am really impressed with that. Great feedback, great visual feedback anyway, if you want something kind of on the screen. Right, I've just finished off with a bit of like target practice. Got like a red flag out there, as you can see. It's 115 yards out, so I've got a wind into off the right. With my little fade, hopefully it's playing about 120, probably a little bit more. I'm just going to noodle a little wedge in there, see if I can kind of get some control with these kind of scoring zone shots. Pushed it slightly. It's pretty good for distance, I think. Okay, that is dead straight. And do some target practice and kind of dials your swinging a little bit. Oh, that was awful. Oh, that is on it again. Starting to dial it in now. That was better. Turn through. Oh, pulled it. Let's do another one quick. Okay, that's better. That was on it. Oh, a bit spinny round the hole. Love it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little session. Nothing too heavy, just a couple of hours. A few different shots, mainly drills, but then I just kind of hit some full shots as well. Did that little product review, which was quite nice. Worked out well, didn't it? I can't believe that. Okay, picked the balls up, but found an old ball. So I'm going to go lights out driver, smooth swing up, running. Let's see if it works. Wowzers, I absolutely creamed that. Woo. That was long for me. Okay, so it's the next day. As you saw, I had a little bit of a wobble there, the understatement. Golf. It's doing strange things to my head, and it's done strange things to my head in the past. So I'm going to have to get some work done to that and try and address that, because that is a big hurdle, big time. So I'm going to have to see where that leads. And on that theme, I know in the original video I said I was going to do like a membership. I'm going to leave that just for this week at least anyway. So thank you for everyone's comments and support on that. But right now, it's too much pressure for people to give me money to help me with this comeback type of thing. That's too much pressure for me right now. I can't deal with that. Yes, in the future, if there's going to be some sort of kind of membership to help me do just videos and just to help me out there, absolutely. But right now, if it's specifically for the comeback, I'll keep you posted on that one, and yeah, take it kind of a day at a time on that one, and yeah, and try and stop that kind of overthinking. And I know I'm an overthinker, so if I'm ever going to get back out there and play, I know I've definitely got to kind of try and get this sorted as best I can. So hard though, and sometimes, you know what, because of it and because of the way I was feeling yesterday, you absolutely hate yourself. And yesterday I pretty much hated myself because I hated feeling that way again, and it's bringing back those same feelings. So I told you it was going to be warts and all, and yeah, yesterday was definitely that. Today's a little bit better. So, and I get that it's more than golf. I know life's more than golf. It just seems to be that golf does this to me. You know, out here on a beautiful beach, walking Trev, as you can see, absolutely amazing, and I love it. But just golf seems to trigger me this way. I don't know why. So whether I ever get to the bottom of this, I don't know. But this is the tug of war in my head right now, in terms of, I know I've got the talent and the performance, we call it, whatever, but everything's in the mind, isn't it? And everything starts there, and if it's not right there, I've probably got no chance. So yeah, bit of a cliche, I know, but a day at a time right now. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. With these scales, I've been told you need to get on them twice, so that's the first one. Give it a little bit of time for it to reset, then back on again. Please, nice and still. And there we go. 15 stone 7¼ wowzers. Okay, so that's the worst bit over and done with, hopefully. Yeah, so 15½ stone basically. So yeah, just a combination of everything. Obviously get some fitness work done, bit of cardiovascular work, bit of strength work as well. Yeah, probably check back in like a week's time and see how I'm getting on and evaluate from there. Okay everyone, so that's like kind of hopefully the worst bit over and done with, and let's get to it. Okay, so just arrived at the gym for the first time in a long time. So I've just made contact with the golf instructor today, the fitness instructor, so that would be fantastic. So this one isn't anything to do with that. I might just do a little test, 5k test, it's just aerobically really. Once I start meeting with the golf fitness stuff, then I can start layering some kind of strength and power into my body really a little bit. Just start slowly and work on. Okay, so let's get in there. Oof. Okay, I've had a little warm up. Time for the 5k test. Okay, wish me luck. Had to stop. I could have carried on, but knee, feeling it in my knee, and generally everywhere as well. Okay. Okay, back on it tomorrow. That just shows you how much work I've got to do. Okay, speed session 3. This is Monday. I'm going to start with the resistance again. 25 again. Last one. Okay, so 3 swings now. I'll probably just show you the kind of best and worst and maybe a few in between. Here we go. Wow. Last one. To let you know what's coming up next week, because this is the end of the first episode, so thank you very much if you've made it this far, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And there's been a few things I haven't been able to put in this week, so I haven't done any putting, any short game, because at Chesterfield they've had their summer maintenance, so next week should be fine for me to do that, which I will do, and I'll show you, some of my things I do for my putting. Fitness, you'll probably see a lot more of my fitness, or so-called fitness. So yeah, I've been going at it with the 5K, so I'm going to do a park run as well on Saturday. That'll be my first ever park run. So yes, I've been training 5K, so it hasn't been as bad as that first one, so it can't get any worse anyway. So what else? Oh yeah, so I'll be playing on the course, so I'll be showing you some, just some holes on Chesterfield, and I'll show you more of that smooth swing app as well, so I hope you enjoyed that. And it's been a nice week apart from those 2 wobbles, so I suppose I have to put all of it in, don't I? Looking back, when you're having a bad day, you just look back and you think, wow. But I suppose I have to put it in there. It was difficult. So hopefully the golf fitness instructor will be in touch, so I'll hopefully video that and let you hear some of the scary things he's going to say that I need to do. But apart from that, it's been good to dip my toe in the water. I've definitely had that wobble a couple of times. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting out there and playing and doing some putting, doing some short game stuff. Yeah, so it's been an okay week. It's been nice to dip my toe in the water and see what the second week brings. Oh yeah, so I've got to kind of weigh myself as well. So I think I've lost weight this week. So that should help with the speed training. Going to continue with that obviously every other day. So as well as playing, I'm going to probably do some max out drivers on the range as well. So if that smooth swing app still works, that should be quite good to show you that as well. And the weather forecast is great for this week, so clear skies and no rain, so I'm going to take advantage of it. Okay everyone, so thank you very much for your support, and I'll see you next week. Have a great week, and we'll see you then. Cheerio.